Hello, Soul Fam. Party Fam. I'm back. Hasn't been long. I guess it had to be a 2-part video. Went to go clean off all this blood, and I hit the button. Who would have thought the damn volume button stops the damn recording? Wow, I wrecked. Dude, like there's a chunk of skin missing off my finger. Shoulder. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know. Oh well. Fucking universe. They got jokes. Like they're fucking comedians. Spirit's like the greatest comedian in the universe. But yeah, I was sitting there probably showing out like, you know, as if I have to do that. And maybe that's what the spirit was teaching me, but at least I got to drip my divine DNA all over this sacred spot. Wow, that just blew me. But it like didn't make me angry, and I wasn't embarrassed, considering I wrecked in like in front of 4 people. But yeah, like I was thinking like, oh, I want to show off my beads. Oh man. But yeah, so that's great. That's great. Yeah. I'm at this divine sacred site. So from what I gathered, there's a bunch of these around Phoenix that people aren't aware about. And like the distance between them all are all equal to either like pi or 3333 or 888, 444, all like synchronistic numbers. So it's no coincidence, you know?
What's your theory?
Oh, it's a vortex. It's an energy vortex. Google it. Hey, Google it. Yeah. Powerful. But yeah, could have been worse. There could have been a cactus in front of me and I could have just fucking face planted in front of it, right? But yeah, we're out here connecting the source, connecting to the energy. Look at that out there. How about that? That's what happens. Like besides wrecking and like fucking slicing yourself up, like when you follow your heart and you don't try to show off, this is what you get, you know? This beauty down here, over here. But yeah, life's a blessing. Like, life's great. Life is great. But you know, I was gonna walk down here because I got off at the trolley thinking I was close, and then when I caught a Wi-Fi signal, I realized it was 3 miles away, which ain't really much for me. So I started walking, and not knowing I was on a road with all these bus stops. So I was like, okay, if I walk past a bus stop and a bus is coming, I'll get on. But if it don't, then I won't. So I went to go stop because this necklace was scratching my neck, and that's why I had it off. That's what I'm saying. It's all divinely guided, right? Started scratching my neck, which don't typically happen. For some reason, it was scratching my neck. Take it off. Just walking up that damn hill. Let me show off my beads. But yeah, this is great, right? This is fucking beautiful. Man, I wish y'all could experience this like here. But I'm in Papago Park, Phoenix, Arizona. Chief, nigga, God bless you. I got that damn song stuck in my head. You know why? Came up, that's all me. Stay true, that's all me. Oh, ain't that the truth? Motherfuckers get me mad. It's okay though. When you follow your heart and people see that it works out for you, they feel some type of way. But that's just a reflection of them. You know, it's almost like, you know, and that's why it's so important to follow your heart. That's why it's so important, because this is the outcome, right? And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Like, I haven't even got close to the pinnacle, right? I was talking to a soul sis, right? And she sent me a quote that said, it was something about being successful, you know, on the road to success, there's many years, that you're unsuccessful. And I said, well, my belief is if you do reach success along your path, then you were always successful. You were always successful, but there were some lessons along the way that you had to learn in order to reach your pinnacle, right? So you're successful, you just didn't reach your pinnacle, right? Like, because I'm successful. And maybe not to the 3D realm and the 3D consciousness. But then again, I mean, look what I get to surround myself by. How is this not freaking success and fulfillment? You know what I mean? What's success mean to you? That's the question. What's your definition of success? Is your definition of success a nice home, a nice car, and a nice cozy job where you could gain misery and fucking torture in your freaking your 20th century fucking cotton field? Oh, excuse my language, I'm sorry. Your 20th century cotton field? I got kids around, I gotta watch my mouth. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, Spirit's just been proven to me that I, need to start just working on correcting my language, And I know it's gonna self-correct, but me becoming aware of it, I don't need to say an F word every other word. I don't need to do that, and it just flows out that way. It's not like I'm attempting to do it. It just flows out.
Right over there, guys.
Yeah, and they got a zoo over down there. You know what zoo I didn't hit, which everybody says you gotta hit, is the San Diego Zoo. I was there, but I never bothered, If I end up going back to California, then I'll do that. And I tell you what, if I catch another one of those the monsoons, I'm going. That was like that night where I thought I was all good, and maybe because I had the mindset of like, oh, I got a dry area, I'm under an awning, and I'm good. Spirit taught me a lesson, like, nah, check this out. How good are you now? But I honestly, that's one thing that I just can't deal with, being out here in the elements, is rain constantly and being sopping wet, especially when trying to sleep. I'm sorry, I'll go back to California. You know what I mean? And then we got 4 days of this, and then it's gonna rain again, But I got myself a little spot, so hopefully I can maintain that, and I could just be there until, my next move, which I was hoping is Sedona. And they say the best time to travel Sedona is around this time, around March to like June, because it's not scorching hot. But I checked the weather, and it's like the high is 49, 50 degrees. And that might sound great to somebody that's in like northern Canada or like Michigan or even Illinois, or Chicago. But that's not cool when you've been experiencing this weather and then you go to that. That's not cool. Especially when you ain't got a jacket. My heaviest garment is a flannel. That's it. I got that flannel. That's why you guys see me wearing it so often, because that's the only like somewhat of a coat that I have. And I'd rather not wear anything, but sometimes you just got to put on some clothes, But yeah, this is so divine, so divine. But follow your heart. Like, this is me living the example, for y'all, to show you this is what it leads to. I'm not lucky, not one bit. This is just the outcome. This is the side effect of following your heart. You know what I mean? Like, take that 3D word of luck out of the way. Luck is just a word for people that don't understand the laws of the universe, like chance. They say in the Kabbalion, the word chance or coincidence is just law that can't be explained yet, That's all it is. But everything unfolds for a reason. And this is what the outcome is. But you have to step out your comfort zone. You can't be like, okay, I'm just gonna hang out in my house, because I did that as well, right? And there's a lot of healing involved, and if you're healing, that's great, but you just know your spiritual ego will freaking convince you to say, oh, I'm not healed enough, I'm still healing, and try to like maintain that safety blanket, that security net of being at your home or wherever it is you live. And you have to just tune in to spirit and just say, am I ready? And you'll know, because your circumstances, your situation, you know, you'll just start feeling uncomfortable where you're at. This is how I know every time I'm ready to move a spot. Things just start happening where I get uncomfortable. Like, you know, like I start arguing with the people I'm staying with for no reason. Everything just starts going upside down, you know? And it's like, wow. And it doesn't get better, you know what I mean? There might be a day where it's not as chaotic as, you know, some days, but it cycles back and then it gets back to the same old, same old. So if you're in a situation where it's just chaotic, that's the universe saying, hey, it's time to go. It's time to go. But your ego's gonna be like, I don't want to go. It's scary out there. I like this safety net. I'll deal with the arguing. I'll deal with, you know, the projections and the fear of others. And you just have to step out your comfort zone. You really do. And, you know, what I did was I like created a delusion in my head that I'm so supported and spirit has my back so much that I'm going to get out to California and I'm going to run into somebody that just vibes with me and is going to give me a place to live. And I'm like, there's no way spirit's going to just let me live on the streets and suffer and be homeless. Right? And I created this illusion in my head that that's what was going to happen. So it allowed me to just take that leap and just be like, nah, it's not going to happen. There's no way. There's no way spirit's just going to allow me to just be out here with next to nothing, with no roof over my head, nowhere to sleep. But look, I'm out here. No roof over my head. But guess what? I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm really happy. And how could someone say, ask that? How could somebody who has millions of dollars, nice material items, maybe not a happy family, but a family, and be miserable, right? And then someone who has just a backpack full of belongings, freaking $30 in his pocket, and be happy. Ask yourself that. So that tells you right there that all that stuff that they present to you, that they say is going to bring you happiness, it's a lie. It's a complete lie, and you can't believe it. You got to let go of that. There's no happiness in that. Especially, I don't even want to say like old soul or, you know, whatever. I don't want to label anything. But like, there's certain people out there that are just adventurers, that love exploring and that just don't like being tied down. I'm one of them because it happens to me. I'll get in a relationship and everything's great and I'm happy. Why? Because I just felt that need, that needy love. So there's that honeymoon effect, you know, and you know, you get comfortable and then things start going south and then it sucks, right? And then you find yourself talking yourself into how, oh, I'm happy. You know, this is just, you know, situational, or, you know, it's not going to last forever. It's just, you know, no, it's going to get worse. It's going to keep on getting worse until you're just like, you know what? I'm done. I can't do it. And then how much time did you waste just convincing yourself that it was going to work out? You know what I mean? Check out my dollar frames, right? I wrecked and they're still there. I would have forgot them, right? Because I was so worried about me jacked up. I totally forgot I was wearing glasses. And the guy was like, oh, here's your sunglasses. I'm like, oh, I forgot about them. Must have knocked something loose up there. You know? So, yeah. Don't. If you're gonna create an illusion or a delusion in your mind, allow it to serve your highest good. Don't be delusional and be stuck in a relationship, convincing yourself it's gonna work, convincing yourself that that's the one that's gonna make you happy. You know what? Because spirit will fucking play a very bad joke on you, and you might just, you know, fucking have some kids and be really tied down. But then again, I'm a firm believer that there's no accidents. So if you end up having some children, some accidents, then maybe that was just meant to be, right? But yeah, this is what happens. And I'm not trying to rub anything into anybody, but I'm just letting you guys know that this is the example, and this is what it is. This is what you get. This is the minimum. This is the beginning. Imagine how great it's gonna get, right? Imagine how great. Not saying that there's not gonna be challenges along the way. Not saying that there's not gonna be little hiccups and there's gonna be a moment in time where it seemed like it was all for nothing, because we've all experienced that. Like, why did I even do this? This was like, if I, in the beginning of this journey, I could have just, like, as soon as like my tent got stolen, or I was out here and that person didn't show up that I convinced myself that was gonna show up, that was gonna give me a place to live, I could have just fell in despair and been like, why did I do that? I was safe where I was at. I had a place to live. I had this. You didn't have anything, Sheldon. You had the illusion of having things. And the moment that those people got tired of your stuff, it would have been out the door, you know, and then what? So you gotta take your shot when you got it, instead of waiting for somebody to just kick you to the curb, you know? It's gonna get better. It always does. It always does. So if you've been healing, like you literally, like, quit your job, because that's what it takes. It takes, like, you can't. So in the beginning of my journey, I noticed this change happening. I noticed it. And I noticed that my consciousness was changing and my state of being was changing. But every time I walked into that and clocked in on that clock, I turned into that same old jerk, that same old low vibrational being with the same old programs, projected my same old fearful bullshit on others every time I walked in that door. And it never changed until I just said, you know what? Can't do it. And I quit my job. And I had a little resources to carry me over, and then they dried out, and I got fearful, and I got another job. And then, you know, same thing happened towards the end. I was like, I can't do it. Luckily, it was a seasonal job, and I was able to quit that, that job finished, and I was able to collect unemployment. And I had unemployment for like 6 months. But what? $400 a month? $400 a month? Come on now. There's gonna be time where you just have to take chances, you know? Scared money makes no money. Being so fearful. And like I said, like I was gonna say, if you've been healing, like you ain't got no job, and you've been in your room, and you've been focusing on your programs and releasing them and doing your meditations and your breath work or whatever it is that you do, you don't have to do that stuff. But if it feels right to you, then do it. That's spirit telling you to do it. If it feels good and you feel compelled to do it, then you should do it, you know? But if you don't, find another way of self-healing. But if you've been doing that for the last year, 2 years, I'm gonna say it's time. It's time. You know, there's been people that's been on their journey since 2013 healing, still living in fear, still stuck inside their room, still stuck inside their job, because they're fearful. They're fearful that they're not supported. And that's just a fear that you're gonna have to overcome. And it takes stepping out your comfort zone into the elements to realize that you are supported. You know, what makes me special? Ask yourself that. What makes me special where I do this and this is the outcome? Yeah, I don't always get like thousands of dollars to be like, oh, I'm safe, I'm straight for a while. No, I get $30 here, $40 here, $20 here. You know what I mean? That's it. But I'm grateful for that. I'm blessed because it carries me over. And it makes me realize that I don't need as much things as my fucking ego thinks I do. There's gonna be a point where you're gonna have to go without. But that's okay. That's building resolve. Because imagine going without, right? And then having everything that you ever wanted. Or at least the resources to get whatever you wanted. Because once you do, you realize you really don't want it. You really don't want it. And then you take that money that you probably would have spent on some garbage, some worthless ass material item, and you do something positive with it. You know what I mean? Came up, that's on me. Stay true, that's on me. On me for real. Stay true, that's on me. It's all up there. So if you're walking around staring at your feet, unless you're looking for a couple bucks on the ground, which I've done before, the old fearful ego wondering when his next buck's gonna come, staring at the ground, staring at my feet, walking. It's up here. Look up. That's where it's found. But either way, I'm gonna enjoy this. Y'all have a blessed day. More importantly, step out that fucking comfort zone. Start loving yourself. And let go of all those individuals that are projecting that shit on you. Have a blessed day.